Welcome in St. Vith at the east of Belgium for the East Belgian Rally, the penultimate round of the 2015 Belgian Rally Championship. This could be the rally decider for this man, Freddy Loix. He only needs to finish and grab some points. That's why he has a slowish start. Loix, who hasn't driven this rally since 2008, is in fourth after the opening loop of 3 stages. This is Chris Brinson, who had some technical difficulties during the last few rallies and who wants a revenge for that. Great start of the rally for Brinson, who absolutely adores this rally. He's in second overall and he's only 0.2 of a second off the leader.
3, 2, 1, start. 80, rechts 20, licht kopieren naar fond. 80, links 15, open en sluit naar 20, plus licht kopieren. Op rechts 15, licht kopieren naar fond. Op links 10 naar fond. 120, links.
The S3 driver Vincent Verschuren with co-driver Veronique Hostens. One of the outsiders for the win here. Verschuren still waiting for that first win this year. He's in third in the championship, but he no longer has any title chances. And this is one of the other favorites, Cédric Chorin, but he has a bizarre incident at the end of this first stage. He absolutely misses the finish line and he ends up in the back of Vincent Verschuren's car. A very scary moment, fortunately, without any injuries. This is Dutchman Herman Kobus, first time he drives the Skoda R5 in Belgium.
En 100, rechts 83 beetje snij, plus links 132, wat? Links 132 en links 132, om 100, rechts 142.
Tom van der Rompuy in the Fiesta R5, one of the several R5s at the start, but he's definitely one of the slower cars. And here's the local hero Stefan Hermann in the S2000 version of the Skoda Fabia. 9th overall. One of the more spectacular drivers, Timothy Van Parijs, wants a top 10 finish with his Porsche. And he's on his way because he's an 8th after the opening loop. And Chris Van Woensel back after a long break. And he hasn't lost any of his rhythm, the Mitsubishi driver. And he takes the lead from the word go, albeit a very small lead. Loix then in 4th after that opening loop.
Freddy Loix, ben je aan het rekenen?
Freddy, are you calculating this rally? Yes, I'm doing some. I have to admit, the last time I drove here was 2008, so I'm completely lost here. But that's maybe a bit exaggerated. I'm purely driving on notes, and that isn't easy all the time. But you're driving in function of the championship, yes, as well, because we want to get that title. We have to drive with the head. Chris Brinson wants this win and he's in second.
Chris Brinson, spannende strijd.
Chris, an exciting battle for the lead with Chris Van Woensel. It can't be more exciting. 1/10 difference. That's not a lot, indeed. Oh, that's fun. And then the others are not far behind. So that's very fun. That's the reason why we do it. How is the car? It's a very difficult question for you, I know. The car is very good right now. Very good, really. For the start, I knew we were right setup-wise, and the car is very strong here. And we hope it'll last. But we were not thinking about that, and we're driving as fast as possible.
And voilà.
Stefan Hermann had a small problem.
Stefan Hermann, comment les choses passent pour vous?
Stefan Hermann, how was these first stages? It was a bit difficult this morning. We spun in the first stage, we lost 15-20 seconds. But rather cool, we drove our rhythm after that. And in the second and third stage we had a good time, 6th overall. We had to adapt a bit, but it became better and better. Chris Van Woensel, the maybe unexpected leader.
Chris van Woensel aan de leiding.
Chris van Woensel leading the rally must be a good feeling. Yes, indeed, it's a good feeling. We're only 3 stages into the rally, of course, and the difference is very, very small, but we're first. And Vincent Verschuren was the victim of a very bizarre incident at the end of stage 1.
Vincent Verschuren, bizar.
Vincent Verschuren, a strange start of the rally for you. Yeah, at the finish of the first stage, Chirain apparently had a bad note, and he thought the finish was a bit further. I think we were very lucky because that we took the hit. Did you? Were you a bit surprised? Yeah, I was a bit in shock. Yeah, I'm still in my car. So I think it was a bit scarier for the people around. After that, a very good stage, fastest time. You're in battle of the lead. Yeah, I didn't expect to be. It's the most difficult rally of the season for me, but times are good. I hope we can continue like that. And Cedric Chirain, who really thought that the finish of that first stage was 300 meters up the road, was in quite a shock.
J'ai eu très peur.
Yes, I was very scared. We made a mistake. I think the finish of the stage was further away last year, and when I arrived, it was a blind corner. I was full on the throttle, and there were people in the middle of the road. Vincent stopped. I think it was almost a big accident. I think I took a big hit, but there was a guard today. There's nobody injured because it could have been far worse. So we're a bit lucky. That's the only positive side of the incident. So Van Woensel leading from Prinsen, Verschuren, Loix and Kobus. The second loop of stages then, 5 more stages in the sunny east of Belgium. One of the most beautiful rally of the country. With fast stages. Chris van Woensel, who continued the lead at the beginning of that loop, but then had some mechanical problems and he had to retire. And unfortunately, that was also the case for Freddy Loix. We had to retire with some technical problems, and we don't know really what it is, but I think it's the transmission, and there was no use to try to continue. We have 2 more stages to go, it was impossible. What does this mean for the championship? Well, that means that if we have to wait what Delay will do. If he can't be in the top 2 or win, then if he doesn't do that, then we're still champion. And this is Guillaume Dillet in his small DS3 Citroën. Admittedly, it will be a miracle if he finishes in the top 2. Tom van der Rompuy in his Fiesta trying to make up ground. He's in 6th overall at the end of the second loop with his Fiesta. Still aiming for a top 5 finish. But he has quite a gap to close. Cedric Chirain got a minute penalty for the incident at the end of stage 1. That's why he's in 7th overall and he's still a bit shaken, as you could see. It must have been a very scary moment. Tim van Parijs in the Porsche, driving very well in 6th overall.
5 ritten resten ons nog.
There's still 5 stages. Well, what can you do? Well, I checked for the organizers what time we will give, because we don't really know where we are at the time. If we adapted our times, then we can attack maybe to the top 5. There were some troubles with the timing indeed, and with the number 14, it's Groten in his Citroën C4. He's in 5th overall with the WRC version of that C4. Benoit Lahr with the WRC version of the Skoda Fabia is in 4th. They all gained the place, of course, after 2 places even after the retirement of Van Woensel and Loix. And this man is still fighting for the lead. Herman Kobus in his Skoda R5. He's only 3.8 seconds off the lead.
Links 73, beetje snij. Om 60, rechts 102, into rechts 92, beetje snij. En links 93 laat, beetje snij, keer. Rechts vol lang, 100. Rechts into rechts 73.
Herman Kobus, ja, eerste wedstrijd.
Herman Kobus, your first Belgian rally with the R5, and you're already fighting for the lead. Did you expect that?
Absoluut niet.
Absolutely
Het
not.
resultaat wij vorige week in Hellendoorn neergezet.
Last week we did Hellendoorn and it wasn't too positive. I didn't expect too much. We hoped to be close, but it's better than expected. 3 seconds behind the leader, that's almost nothing.
Ja, peanuts.
Peanuts.
We rijden hier op het scherpst van de
So this is
sterren.
we can't get any closer, can it?
Ik hoop eigenlijk in de komende twee
I hope to maintain the gap with the leader, and then in the dark we do the trick that we did the last 2 years, and that is, well, we will surprise the others.
verrassen.
Herman Kobus, who has a very good dark stage record, but he wants to get past this man, Chris Princeton, who's in second position overall. There were 10 leader changes in this rally. Princeton is now in second position, and he's only 0.8 of a second off the leader. This must be the most exciting rally of the year in Belgium. Princeton in second then.
Chris met 3 voor 1 zege.
Chris, fight for 3 for 1 victory must be exciting. Yeah, it's, from the start it was very exciting. We only fight for 10th, for seconds. Unfortunately, Freddie has retired, otherwise it would have been a 4-way fight. It's going very fast. 5 stages to go. What will you do? Well, the advantage is there are no tactics. You have to go flat out when you're fighting for 10ths of a second. There's only one solution: is to go as fast as possible. And Vincent Verschuren is leading the rally, and that's probably the first time in the BRC that Vincent Verschuren is leading a rally.
60, rechts 10, op links 15 sluit, licht coupieren, op rechts 10 à fond, op links 10 à fond, 60, links 15 voor paal, op rechts 15 kort met een coupier, 100 op 0 en 120 keer links aan.
Verschuren only has an 8th lead, but that might be enough, considering they've been fighting for 10ths of a second for the whole day now.
Vincent Verschuren, hoe is het met de
Verschuren, how are your nerves? No, quite good. I'm not very nervous. You have a lead of 8/10 of a second? Yeah, I know it's very exciting, but I'm not particularly nervous. It's just doing my best and see where we happen.
Zo simpel is het toch niet, hè?
It isn't that simple, is it? No, it's not simple, but I've never had a rally like this. It's a 10th of a second that we're fighting here, and the last 5 stages will decide the rally. So this is the leaderboard with Verschuren with a small lead, and Kobe's not that far behind, as is Princeton, Alar in 4th and Groten in 5th. And this is the end of part 1. See you after the break. Welcome back in the East Belgian Rally, the penultimate round of the Belgian Rally Championship 2015, and there was a round for the Belgian Historic Championship as well. Championship leader Stefan Stoof could be champion here, but he had to retire. So the championship will be decided in the Commodores Rally. Just saw Maurice Bergstein in his Opel Kadett. He finished in 4th, and this is Gino Kenies, who has driven all kinds of BMWs, and now he adds this one, and he finishes on the podium with his 2002. Peter Jan Meijert in his Ford Escort, brilliant 18th overall and 2nd in the historic rallies on these very fast stages. Meijert had a blast of a time, as did local hero Reiner Herman in his Ascona 400, one of the icons of the history of the rally sport. You have to love that sound. So Reiner Herman winning the historic part of the East Belgian Rally. This is Paul Geusens, the favorite in the juniors, but for Paul Geusens everything would go awry after a couple of stages. A small mistake by the Fiesta driver, and he ended up in a ditch against a tree, fortunately without any physical injuries, but the car was destroyed, and that meant that Andy Dowalef in his small Renault Twingo to take the junior title, especially through the extra points, through the stage wins of his class R1. Didn't finish the rally, but that wasn't necessary. In second in the junior rankings then, it was Tobias Bruls with co-driver Sebastian Kappens, is his Ford Fiesta. And the win went to Gert-Jan Kobus, the younger brother of Herman Kobus. He took the junior win. He also finished in 12th overall. And back to the overall rankings then, 5 stages left. 2 in daylight, Johan Gitsels here, the co-driver of Freddie Loix, watching on. Would have much more preferred to be part of this fight, of course. So 2 more stages in daylight and 3 in the dark. Cedric Cherin trying to make up ground, regaining his confidence as well. Had some good times and is in 6th overall with the 3 dark stages to go. Chris Prinsen dropped some time, but he's still in the fight for the lead. Some small damage there to the right front of the Peugeot. Prinsen 2.3 seconds behind the leader with the 3 night stages to go. And he's just 1/10 of a second behind Herman Kobus, who did what he wanted to do. He remained in the fight for the lead.
Attentie, glad, attentie. Plus, links 63. Plus, links vol. Plus rechts, Q10, rechts 26, neus aan de bal. Keurig, goed zo, hoppa. 250.
Great stages then for Herman Kobus, and his most favorite stages, the night stages, are still to come. He might create a surprise, the Dutchman. Vincent Verschuren still leading the rally, and even increasing his lead to over 2 seconds. So we're in for a great finale of this penultimate round of the Belgian Rally Championship, with 3 drivers within 3 seconds with 3 stages to go. And then come the night stages. Tim van Parijs trying to get into the top 5, which didn't work out just. He finished in 6th, but he still won the GT category, of course. Very spectacular driving from Tim van Parijs. Cedric Cherin took advantage of the retirement of Benoit Lahr to gain a spot, and he finished in 5th, what must have been a very difficult rally. Bertrand Groten in the C4 WRC finished in 4th, and then came the fight for the top 3 finishes. Vincent Verschuren, night stages are not his forte, and he lost some time, and in the end he finished 8 seconds down.
150, links 20. 180, rechts 20 opent. 150. Verhard. 2.
So Verschuren dropping 8 seconds, but still he was a part of the great fight.
Herman was zeer snel.
Herman was very quick in the stages, and so was Chris, and it was just not enough to claim the win. You really have the times of the faster drivers now, every day, all day. Yeah, we improved the differential of the car, and now the car is I really can do what I want to with the car now, and that's what you need. Otherwise, it can't work. So it was between Prinsen and Kobus then. Prinsen passed Verschuren in the penultimate stage, but he was also passed by Kobus.
Hey maat, ik hou van je. We gaan een mooi proefje doen. En wat lukt, dat lukt. En wat wil, dat kan. Kom op. 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 100. Bos uit. Is rechts. In toe links vol. en rechtsvol. Into links 151. En rechtsvol.
Herman Kobus and Erik de Wild starting the final stage with a lead of 8/10. But there were some nerves there.
Rechts 53. 50. Rechts into links 16 ombaal. Neus eraan. 100. Top is vol. En rechts 122 laat. Keer links 132 flying finish. Plus rechts vol. Finish nu. Is niet genoeg? Nee, ik denk het ook niet. Denk het ook niet. Jammer.
Herman Kobus and Erik de Wild think it's not enough, but it is. It's their first win in Belgium, and they're extremely happy with this one. Can't believe it. It was a great fight. He took the lead with one stage to go.
Je hebt de eerste overwinning in België.
Your first win in Belgium, at last. Yeah, at last.
Fantastisch.
It's fantastic.
Dat is absoluut het mooiste gevoel.
This is the best feeling ever.
Hoe erg is het om een hele dag op...
How difficult is it to be 1 or 2 seconds behind all day?
Fantastisch.
Well, at that moment, you think it's fantastic. Yeah, we were fighting for the lead, and we were hoping to do better.
Het kwam eigenlijk goed.
And at the end, it worked out fantastic. Did you know you were fastest in the dark? Yeah, we knew that the last 2 years here that we can make up some time in the dark. But Chris wasn't going slow either. It was very exciting, and I was surprised by Vincent as well. I didn't. I'm not used to hit by that, and this is the final result of that rally. Kobus winning it from Prince and only 2.3 seconds in it. Schuren in third, Groten in fourth, and Cedric Schuren in fifth. So champagne for Herman Kobus and Erik de Wild in their first Belgian win. We hope to see him back next year with the Skoda R5. And these are the final standings of the championship, or at least the standings after the East Belgian Rally, with Freddy Loix taking his third Belgian title.
Freddy Loix, je had het wellicht op liever op...
Freddy Loix probably would have loved to do it in another way, but it's a third Belgian title. Yes, it's my third title. Yes, and indeed, I would have loved to be part of that fight for the win here. But unfortunately that didn't work out. But I'm still very happy with the performances that we did this year. Are you happy with the season then? Yeah, very, very happy. We drove 7 rallies, well, 8 rallies, and then we took 5 wins, 2 retirements, and 1 times third. So they can't be better. And the junior award in the East Belgian Rally went to a Kobus as well. Gert-Jan Kobus in the Fiesta, the younger brother of winner Herman Kobus, who took the junior award, and he gets a free entry to the Condors Rally, the final round of the Belgian Rally Championship, on the 7th and the 8th of November in and around Wie, which will be a very spectacular finale of the Belgian Rally Championship. That was it from the East Belgian Rally. See you next time.